So this is, I guess, an extra, an addendum to my response to Meta Omega. Understand that when I say, and I want your viewers or anybody to view this dialogue that we're having, to understand that when I say right wing, that I'm right wing and that I'm a nationalist. Again, I laid this out in a video that I despise the idea of, or the people who say things like white nationalists or black nationalists, because it's stupid. Nationalist is somebody who believes that if people have a right to live within their own land, according to their own culture, without being infiltrated or colonized, conquered, subjugated, or assimilated into another's culture. Now, we can go back in history and see this happening basically to every people and by every people, but it's a different thing. In America, I don't believe we have two right. I don't think we have a right wing party. I think we have a leftist party and a moderate left wing party. I believe in culture, tradition, and heritage, and that not every place needs or wants democracy like America. That nation building is evil. Globalism is bad news, and it's shocking for me to see somebody who's a leftist, especially hardcore leftist, and I'm not talking about Meta Omega. I don't really. He seems to kind of be on board with my view of politics, but you'll see these extreme leftists who are anti-globalists. What the hell do you think left wing is leading to? The entirety of the Communist Manifesto I despise, and when I say I went so far left, I went right. Former party member, OCP USA, attended their meetings, just a few of them. Before that, I was self-identified as socialist, and then went a voting Democrat for a while, and I went so far left. I realized, no, right wing is the only way to liberation and to give people a fair shake. And it's not what the United States calls right wing. The Republican Party is not right wing in my view. Hitler was not right wing. Hitler was not nationalistic. Hitler was an imperialist. Hitler was a Nazi. National Socialist. Anybody wants to argue that he's right wing, he has more. Nazism has more characteristics of the left than the right, hands down. And it was an ally of communism for a while, or at least ally of the Soviet Union for a while. Mussolini's fascism was different than Nazism. Nazis weren't fascists. Franco, in the beginning, I would have sided with Franco, but Franco then became part of the Falange, and we all know what happened with Generalissimo Francisco Franco. reason why I cannot be a fascist is, first of all, it is the next, it is a next step in communism, just like Maoism is. It still talks about the workers' proletariat and the revolution and all this kind of stuff. Fine, you know, I believe there can be good non-racist fascists, but I just don't agree with it. I believe in nationalism, and that's more of a moral statement or ethical statement than it is of what political system, because I believe that's up to the people. If they want to have, you know, like a more left-leaning government, then go for it. Let's look at the nationalists throughout history. Mahatma Gandhi, Ho Chi Minh, the IRA. I mean, I can go on. I had a whole video of showing pictures of nationalists. Every resistance fighter against the Nazis were nationalists. They believed the nation came first, and that they had a right not to be conquered, and they should preserve their way of life. This is not to stamp on progress, but if people don't want that in their society, they don't have to have it. And if people want to legalize all chemicals and prostitution, which I think in America needs to be done, then the rest of the world and UN, NATO shouldn't be able to gang up on them and pressure them. And I would love to see the dissolution of the United Nations and NATO, and that's probably about the most anti-leftist thing you can say. It's not, I'm not anti-leftist so much as that I'm anti-communist. This is not as short of a video as I intended it to be. But, again, peace to you. May God save Serbia, Syria, and Ireland, and, yeah, heaven, hell, and God, I would argue they are not found in the Bible. And, certainly hell is not. Real quick explanation. The Nordic goddess, there was a Nordic goddess named Hel, and when they were translating the Bible into English, they took the words Gehenna, Tartaros, Sheol, and Hades, and all translated them hell. And you take all those, and you include the Greek version of the underworld, of the worst part of the underworld, Tartaros, and add in misunderstanding of parables, and you get something like the Western view of hell. But even then, you have to have a lot of extra stuff. It actually was really Dante that forged the image of hell. Well, I don't want to say it. You see things like the apocalypse of Peter, these weird visions, but that actually comes more out of things like Manichaeism. But again, that's another topic. Peace to you, and thank you for the video. I got Serbia, Syria, and Ireland.